Both national anthems have come and gone, and we get ready for baseball here at the Orchard. Welcome back, everybody. The Los Hernandez Tamales taking the field for the first time this season. Yakima Valley getting into their alternate identity here on Mexican Heritage Night. Should be a fun night here. Temperatures at the Orchard are much cooler than they've been over the last week or so. You look at the live temperature, 67 degrees here at the Orchard. Winds are going to blow again tonight, 15 miles an hour with gusts up to 25. Precipitation, about 10% chance expected. We might get a sprinkle or two as the night goes on. Humidity sitting at around 38% here on a cloud-covered day at Yakima County Stadium. On the mound for Yakima Valley, the Tamales will send up Luke McGuire, making his fifth start with the Pippins. The native of Cholula, Washington, goes to Spokane Falls Community College. 1-1 record for McGuire. You see 20 and a third innings pitched. He's got an ERA of 4.43, 20 strikeouts to 11 walks for the left-hander. Luke's best start of the season was a couple of weeks ago against another Canadian team. That was the Edmonton Riverhawks. Up there, he went into the 8th inning, tossing a shutout. And the defense behind McGuire in the outfield for the Pippins, Miller, O'Neill, and Godoy. On the infield, it's Almeida, Correa, Furuhata, and Velasquez. Ramos doing the catching, so certainly a multicultural night here at the Orchard. Luke McGuire making his 5th start. The order for Kelowna is Nolan Eberwine, Xander Selkin, and Jacob Embleton to start, and then Talon Tucker, Reese Kozar, Justin Tucker, Drew Frost, Ashton Graff Rowe, and Jacob Loving to finish. It'll be the first baseman, the third baseman, and the left fielder due up first for Greg Zahn's Kelowna Falcons. 13-9 is the record for Kelowna, 11-14 for the Pippins, who are going as the Los Hernandez Tamales tonight. Cloudy, cool, windy day here at the Orchard, and the first pitch from McGuire is popped up on the infield, first base side, wind blowing it towards the stands, and dropped by a fan. 6:37 p.m. We start just a couple minutes behind schedule. Temperatures here at the Orchard, 68 degrees and breezy. So McGuire gets ahead in the count 0-1. And for Luke, he needs to set the tone on the hill. The Pippins have not had a starter go deep in a game in quite a while. Mawhinney, 3 1/3. Bodie Ramsey, 3 1/3. Jake Cumming went 4. Austin Dillon went 4 2/3. Sam Burgess did go 5 innings back on Sunday. And so you're looking to get maybe at least 5 here from McGuire as he gets ahead in the count 1-2. Nolan Eberwine, the leadoff man for the Falcons, waits on the 1-2 pitch. Ramos doing the catching. Will catch ball number 2. Eberwine batting .368 for Kelowna. A lefty-lefty matchup to start the game. 2-2, breaking ball drops right in. Great start for Luke McGuire and the Los Hernandez Tamales. That'll bring up Xander Selkin. Selkin, the third baseman, hailing from CSU Monterey Bay. .368 batting average to his name in 10 games with Kelowna. The Falcons, travel weary, came in last night and got an 8-3 win over Yakima Valley. As Taylor Schneider, the home plate umpire, calls that pitch for strike 1. Schneider behind the dish. Bryce Reeves is his partner in the field. You can see the pants rustling on McGuire's uniform. It is very breezy. Missing just a bit high and away. But I think the Tamales uniform is growing on me a little bit. It's that similar look to the Yakima Valley cream tops that they have. It's more of a greenish cream. And so here's a ground ball out towards Almeida. The third baseman up with it, and there's 2 away here in the first. Brings up Jacob Embleton. It was breezy for most of the game last night, so you wonder how folks are going to be adjusted to tonight. The difference from last night to tonight is the direction the wind is moving. It's blowing in, but there's also a crosswind that is blowing out to right field. And so the flags are getting twisted around their poles out there in right center field. The trees are essentially doing the hula. It's definitely a tough day to be an outfielder. You're going to want your defense to keep the ball on the ground. 0-2 quickly to Jacob Embleton, batting .273 for Kelowna. McGuire trying to set the tone early and set down Kelowna 1-2-3. Here comes the 0-2. It's a ground ball out towards Velasquez. The Los Hernandez Tamales and Luke McGuire work a 1-2-3 top of the first. Pippins bats coming up to hit for the first time when we get back here at the Orchard. Welcome back to the Orchard, bottom of the first inning here at Yakima County Stadium. We were anticipating a performance by some Mexican heritage dancers. Maybe they'll be back for another half inning, but let's send our focus to the defense for the Kelowna Falcons. Mark Rogers making his 4th start of the season. Got a 2-0 record, 2.65 ERA, 17 innings pitched, 17 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 9 strikeouts. So for Rogers, the hit number going to be elevated, but it looks like he's very effective at limiting damage with only those 5 runs given up so far on this season. He'll have to face Tyson Miller, Daichi Furuhata, and Nick Velasquez to start this contest. A very potent top of the order for Yakima Valley. When the Pippins have been scoring, it has been these 3 and then Parker Burt and Jay O'Neill tagging along. It's a battle of the lefties today as the first pitch is a fastball at 84 from Mark Rogers. You look at Rogers, he'll feature a fastball, a changeup, and a slider as he finds the strike zone to even the count. But what's interesting is, based on what I was hearing from some of the guys, is it's going to be a lot of changeups to the lefties and then maybe a lot of sliders to the righties. They were doing their prep trying to face this left-handed pitcher. Seems like an odd split. 2-1. Tyson sends it foul into the netting. 2-2. Normally you see sliders going away from same-sided batters. instead of into right-handed bats. We'll have to see how he approaches tonight. 2-2, Tyson sends it to the parking lot. Miller on the season for Yakima Valley, batting .379. A 2-2 breaking ball top of the zone, and Tyson down on strikes. That'll bring up Daichi Furuhata. Furuhata, the second baseman today, so back to the position he started the year for the Pippins with. He started at second base and then moved over to third for quite a while. Had a couple games at short recently and is now back at second. Daichi, a very versatile infielder. He can play anywhere other than first. And maybe he can play first. We just haven't seen him play at that position. He's also a pitcher. He's got a couple innings on the mound so far this season. That was way back during the Springfield series, the first road trip of the year. 1-1, a single back up the middle, and good start for Daichi Furuhata. Another one, 100 miles an hour off the bat for Daichi. He's really squaring the baseball up right now as he took this one right past Rogers and into center field. Left-handed stick up, Nick Velasquez, native of the Redlands, California. Velasquez batting .310 for the Pippins. Yakima Valley going with a very similar lineup to yesterday, alternating left and right for the batters. As Nick sends a high fly ball deep out to right, ese pelota se fue! Home run, Nick Velasquez! It's 2-0 Tamales on a 351-foot blast from Velasquez, his fourth of the season. Let's relive that. Squared a baseball up right at the top of the zone. And Nick didn't even need the short porch. I'll bring up Parker Burt, who now finds himself in a tie for first place on the team in home runs after that Velasquez bomb. Some early fireworks here at Yakima County Stadium as Parker sends one hard into center field. A diving attempt by Tucker, and it's past him all the way to the wall. Burt motoring into second base. Everybody wanted Parker to try for the triple, but he'll settle for a two-bagger, and the Pippins have a man at second with one away. 105 off the bat of Parker Burt. That's a risky play in center field for Tucker. He had nobody backing him up. That'll bring up Jay O'Neill, another lefty in this order. We saw what Velasquez could do left-handed out to right with the wind today. First pitch strike to O'Neill. Pippin's trying to pour it on early. They have gotten first inning runs over the last few games, but have been unable to add on. Bunt shown, Jay offered. No balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Schneider not even asking for help from Bryce Reeves. I think that's what O'Neill is the most frustrated with right now. So it's no balls and 2 strikes to Jay O'Neill. On the ground over to first. This will advance the runner. O'Neill out number 2. Parker Burke stands at third. So here's Abel Ramos, the Venezuelan. A couple of the members that can speak Spanish on this Pippins squad. Ramos was Coach Crustangel's pick to click tonight. Thinks that the Mexican Heritage Night will help him out. Of course, Ramos, being a Venezuelan, had his mind on some other things earlier this week. A big earthquake shocking that country. Ramos said his family was okay. And so good news to hear from Abel. Catcher from Western Oklahoma. Ramos batting .260 for the Pipps. He sends a chopper over towards third, but it is foul. And so 2 balls and a strike to Ramos. Ramos started the season so hot. 13 hits, 2 doubles, a triple. Has cooled off since as he takes a strike there to even the count. Ramos's average is .260. His on-base percentage is .288, so he's not getting on even when he's not hitting. 2-2, softly off the bat, but it's going to hang up with the wind for Embleton. And Abel Ramos is out number 3. Nick Velasquez gets his 4th home run of the season. We go to the 2nd inning. Los Hernandez Tamales leading it 2-0 here at the Orchard. There's the performance we were looking for in the previous half inning, as the Los Hernandez Tamales go to work, leading 2-0. Luke McGuire pitched a perfect first inning, and now he looks to build on that after his offense gets him 2 runs of support. It's Talon Tucker, Reese Kozar, and Justin Tucker. As the first pitch is popped up back towards us, this is going to land on the roof. Wonder where it went. I never heard it thunk. Talon Tucker from Grossmont College, batting .232 for Kelowna. He's got 16 hits, including 3 doubles and 2 home runs. Watch out. Tucker gets out of the way, makes the count 1-1. Tucker, his best in the box in these counts, hitting over 300 in a 1-1 count. Wave and a miss there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. McGuire has a strikeout already in this game. It was against Nolan Eberwine to get us started. Here's the 1-2. On the ground, a chopper very slowly. It's going to be Correa who takes it. Throwing on the run. Nick, did he hold the bag? Yes, he did. Velasquez gets the home run in the bottom of the first and helps out Levi Correa. Take another look at this one. A high chop. The exit speed actually only registered at 39 miles an hour. And Velasquez able to keep that big toe on the first base bag. First pitch to Reese Kozar is a called strike. Kozar was a part of a little bit of an interesting situation last night. He was the designated hitter, came in as the catcher as he lofts one very shallow into left field, but Tyson Miller was playing in to make the catch. Kozar came in to catch, and we had about a 10-minute delay as we tried to figure out the substitution last night. The debate was, did the Falcons need to change pitchers or not? And ended up, the umpires said, no, Kozar's good to come in. 2 away here. This is Justin Tucker, not to be confused with the former NFL kicker. First pitch swinging out towards right. Godoy squares it up, and Luke McGuire pitches another clean inning. Couple of flyouts and a ground out, and we go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Tamales here in Yakima. Nothing like a good old dizzy bat here at Yakima County Stadium. The Pippins now Tamales tonight, leading it 2-0. Mark Rogers goes back to work to face the bottom third in the Falcons, or excuse me, in the Pippins order. I'm getting all backed up here. I've got so much on my mind. We've got these alternate uniforms. Such a fun night tonight. We have the performances, and it's game 5 of a 10-game homestand. So understandably, we're kind of getting into that routine. Derek Almeida leads it off, then Trey Godoy and Levi Correa. Almeida, the third baseman today. He played that position yesterday and played it very well. On the season, batting .278 for Yakima Valley. First pitch on the ground, out to Loving. The shortstop, he boots it. Almeida on the first pitch of the second inning. It's an error by Jacob Loving. That'll bring up Trey Godoy, the UCLA guy. Played quite a bit down the stretch for the Bruins, including making a start in their regional game. Taking a pitch for ball 1. Godoy so far with the Pippins is 1 for 14. He has 1 hit in 17 plate appearances, 14 of them at bats. He's got 3 walks. And he finds himself ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts for Godoy. The on-base percentage at .235, but the batting average only .071. There's a strike from Rogers. Decent crowd on hand here on Mexican Heritage Night. Lights already turned on at Yakima County Stadium as Trey bounces one over to first. A big hop out towards Eberwine. He goes to second base for the lead runner, Almeida. And so Godoy will trade places with Derek over at first on the fielder's choice. That brings up Levi Correa. Correa from Cal, Hawaii. On the season, batting an even 100, 2 hits in 20 at-bats. Looking to change that here. Correa playing shortstop tonight, giving Furuhata a chance to play second and get a different bat into the lineup. The Pippins on a 4-game losing streak trying to conjure up the recipe for a win. Popped up, drifting over towards the stands. It will land right off the shoulder of a fan down there in row 3. Mom protecting the little one in the arms. Good work. The ball fell between the netting. Now the ball's delivered to that family. That's nice. It was off the one in the checkered jacket. 0-2, just a touch upstairs. I really like with these Tamales uniforms the bright red numbers on the back. Makes it really easy to see up here who is who. Levi lays off. 2 balls and 2 strikes here. With 1 away, the top of the order would come up unless there's a double play. Breaking ball, ring him up. Called strike 3. Correa was digging in to face a full count, but that's strikeout number 2 for Mark Rogers. So flip the lineup card back to the top for Yakima Valley. Tyson Miller struck out looking in the first. Check swing, back up the middle. The second baseman, Goff Rowe, going to apply the tag. That's tough luck for Trey Godoy running to second, and the inning is over. We go to the 3rd inning. Los Hernandez Tamales 2, Kelowna Falcons nothing here at Yakima County Stadium.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Welcome back to the Orchard, Yakima County Stadium. The Los Hernandez Tamales leading it 2-0 over the Kelowna Falcons. The West Coast League having a A little bit of an off night tonight. The Bend Elks and the Portland Pickles are rained out. They were supposed to play a doubleheader as part of the state fair down there in Oregon, and then a late scratch on the games tonight. Ridgefield hosting Springfield. They are also rained out tonight, which tells you it's actually raining down there in Ridgefield because they have a turf field. The Portland Pickles have themselves a natural surface field. But the rest of the games going on as scheduled tonight. Nanaimo at Kamloops, Wenatchee at Walla Walla, Bellingham at Victoria, Corvallis at Salem, and then Port Angeles at Edmonton. 1-0, a rip out into right field, and this will be the first hit of the game for Kelowna. Drew Frost picks up a single. Frost, the designated hitter tonight, came into the game batting .311. And so now here's Ashton Graff Rowe. SIU Edwardsville is where he calls home during the spring season. .226 batting average through 14 games for Kelowna. Ramos lets that one go past him. That'll likely be a passed ball on Obvel. Tried too hard to frame that. Ball one to Graff Rowe. California native. Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls, no strikes. So McGuire went 6 up and 6 down, gives up the single to Drew Frost, and now it's going to have to be how can you battle out of men on base. 2-0, look what I found. He drops it on the hill, but it's going to be an out and no man advancing as McGuire very quickly recovers. Good job by Luke to take a peek back towards second as he was throwing. Jacob Loving, the shortstop, committed an error in the second inning, but the Pippins could not score. First pitch, breaking ball. Loving attends Palomar College, native of Temecula, California. .300 batting average. He's played in now 10 games, counting tonight. There's a strike, 1-1. Going back to the schedule just briefly, there are some implications for the playoffs on the line tonight as both Bellingham and Wenatchee are at the top of the North. A couple of different clinching type scenarios as the 1-1 is sent back into the screen. So for Wenatchee to win the North in the first half, the Apple Sox have to win tonight, and Bellingham needs to lose to Victoria. Their magic number is 2. For Bellingham to clinch, they need a little bit more help. Their magic number sits at 3. Two balls and 2 strikes. If the Bells were to win today and then win again on Sunday, and Wenatchee lose one of the 2 games at Walla Walla, either today or tomorrow, then the Bells would be the first half champs. 2-2, a line drive. This is going to dump into right field. Getting a wave around third is Drew Frost. The throw will be cut off, and the Falcons cut into the lead on an RBI single by Jacob Loving. So the first run given up of the night by Luke McGuire, and the lineup card goes back to the top for Kelowna. The Falcons now sitting in third place with a little bit better winning percentage than the Nanaimo Night Owls. They cannot win the first half, though. They are 3.5 games back with tonight and tomorrow left to play in the first half. Of course, they are missing a couple of their games. They had some non-league action in between there. But you look at the records and do the math. 18-7 versus 13-9. That's more than the 5 or fewer games that the Falcons have left in the first half. Nolan Eberwein struck out looking back in the first inning. Last night he was 2 for 4 with a double, a hit by pitch, 2 RBI, and then later on had another double. One and two. McGuire past the 30-pitch mark now. Here in the third inning, you're not too concerned about the pitch count where it is. 1-2, a soft one out into center field. It's going to drop in front of Jay O'Neill. 3 hits in the inning for Kelowna. And this is reminiscent of the last couple of nights. Soft contact, nowhere near a Pippins fielder. Xander Silken up to bat for the second time. The Falcons have 1 in already. They now are tied with the Pippins in the hit column at 3. First pitch from McGuire, up and away with a breaking ball. Luke going to have to work through some adversity here in the third. He's a ground ball away from getting back to the dugout. Unable to steal a strike there. It's 2-0. Last night the Falcons tied the game after the Pippins scored 2 in the first, in the third, and then they had a 4-run outburst in the fourth inning, trying to avoid history repeating itself here. There's a strike. That'll help. McGuire again was very good the last time he faced a Canadian team. That was Edmonton 2 weeks ago. He went 7 2/3, 7 hits, no runs. Foul ball back to the netting. Moves the count to an even 2-2.
Everybody stop your feet. Try to break those bleachers. Make some noise.
McGuire searching for strikeout number 2 on the afternoon. Not yet. It's a foul ball over towards first base. It was a single to lead off the inning by Drew Frost, then back-to-back singles by Jacob Loving and Nolan Eberwein. 1 run in, 2 on the base pads, the 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. There's Silken just protecting at the plate. That's what you do in 2-strike situations, is if it's close but not really hittable, you really just have to stick the bat out and try to make contact any way you can. 2-2 on the ground. Correa can't handle it. He flips underhanded, and everybody is safe. Bases loaded for the Falcons. They rule that a hit for Xander Silken. So now 4 hits in the inning, including 3 straight hits. That's generous if you're Levi Correa out there. Here's the number 3 hole hitter, Jacob Embleton. Big gust of wind coming through the ballpark. Again, just a ground ball away. The Pippins had that one, but Correa unable to handle it. Now the scoring has been changed. It is an error. And I think that's the more appropriate ruling. So the Pippins charged with their first error of the night. 2-0 is a breaking ball down and in an uncompetitive at-bat, a walk brings home the tying run with only one out. McGuire's pitch count slowly starting to rise. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Able to stay alive against Embleton. Last night for Jacob Embleton, he was 0 for 1. He had 2 walks, 2 hit by pitches, and 2 runs scored. So 5 plate appearances in total, but only one of them was an official at-bat. Time going to be called. It's a pitch clock violation on Luke McGuire. It's ball 4, and a run will score to tie the game. And if that's not the worst way to lose a batter and lose the lead, I don't know what is. RBI walk for Jacob Embleton as the pitch timer expires. And Coach Salsa out there to try to calm down his southpaw. It's been the little mistakes that have really come back to hurt Yakima Valley. Seems like an error here and then a timer violation there ends up costing the Pippins in some big situations. No physical clock here in the ballpark. Umpire going solely off of a timing device on his belt. So as a pitcher, you kind of have to have that internal clock working. McGuire just took a half second too long. Poked up into the infield. Ramos in foul territory makes the catch. That's a very important second out to get. Reese Kozar, a fly out to left field back in the second inning, as he is the 8th man to hit here in the 3rd inning. 2 runs are in, the bags are loaded, and if you can escape this situation with only the 2 runs scored, you got to feel pretty good considering how things have gone the last couple nights. First pitch on the ground. Almeida going to take it to the bag himself. And the Falcons leave the bases loaded. They do score twice on 3 hits and 1 Yakima Valley error. But we go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 2 here at the Orchard.
Let's cheer them on, folks. Even the Falcons playing on the ash. We don't play that. Yeah, Kelowna, if you don't want to warm up, if you want to combat instead, we're fine with that.
Scott T's Conga Line here on Mexican Heritage Night. Even a couple of Kelowna Falcons got in on the action before heading back to the safety of their own dugout. 2-2 tie here at Yakima County Stadium. Mark Rogers trying to get his third inning started. He will face 2, 3, and 4 in the Yakima Valley Pippins order. Or as I should say tonight, the Los Hernandez Tamales order. Daichi Furuhata, Nick Velasquez, Parker Burt. Daichi and Nick represent the 2 runs the Pippins have scored so far. A single by Daichi and then a 2-run blast by Nick Velasquez. Daichi squares, and ball 1 is thrown to him by Mark Rogers. You hope the Pippins can add on here to the 2 runs they've scored. It's been tough to get back-to-back innings where they've scored over the last week or so. I mean, you go back to the Thursday night game, they got 2 runs in the 8th, 1 in the 9th, but that was after Wenatchee had already scored their 16. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Daichi. Pippins did get back-to-back runs in the 5th and 6th on solo home runs Wednesday night, but it just hasn't been those back-to-back big innings. As Daichi shoots one out towards Graff Row, he'll send it on to first, but Eberwein unable to grab the baseball. I think he stretched too early. Daichi's safe over there at first. They checked just to make sure that he didn't turn towards second. Looked pretty routine from Graff Row, but the throw just back up towards home plate. Call that the second error of the game for the Falcons, who came into this series as one of the best teams fielding percentage-wise. They were tied for the least amount of errors that any team had committed. They committed 3 of them yesterday, now 2 of them already tonight. Nick taking strike 2 there. Velasquez is going to have to protect the plate here. Nick moving into the team tie for home runs with 4. Back in the first inning. Pokes this one up over towards third base. Silken coming in, and on the grass, he makes the catch. That'll bring up Parker Burt. Parker got that double back in the first inning, 105 miles an hour off of his bat. Parker's been the king of hard contact recently. We're looking for one of those signature 4 times on base kind of night for Parker. He hasn't had one in quite a while. Usually would draw a couple of walks in that sequence, usually gets a couple of hits. Last night for Burt, he went 1 for 4, the Texas native from Mansfield. One ball and 1 strike. Some of the sunshine trying to peek through before it sets down to the west. It's been cloudy for most of warm-ups. It was sunny during the Pippins BP, and then when Kelowna got here, the winds flared up. Actually, the inflatable turtle that the Pippins are using this year tried to fly away on separate occasions while Kelowna was taking batting practice. It was staked down, but those stakes got ripped out once or twice. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I'm very surprised that the Corona bottle out in right field has stayed where it's been. I know they have it ratchet strapped down, but it's tried to fly away on multiple occasions the last couple nights since it's been put up. 2-2. Oh, what a play out there by Rogers. Underhand flip for out number 2. He was falling over towards third base. Was able to get the leather out there to grab that. Take one more look at this nifty play. Tough out for Parker Burt to ground into, but that'll put 2 away for Jay O'Neill. Daichi does move up to second base. First pitch strike to Jay. O'Neill grounded out to the first baseman Eberwein back in the first inning. O'Neill batting .275 coming into this game. Waving a miss on a slider. So 0-2. It's just quite an interesting atmosphere tonight. The clouds overhead, and it's definitely energetic at the ballpark. I'll give it that with Mexican Heritage Night tonight, but kind of a dreary day. Jay check swing. Did he go? He did not. Bryce Reeves saving the strikeout for at least one pitch. See what Jay can do here with some new life. 1-2, corked hard on the ground. A diving stop by Graff Rowe, and a couple of nice defensive plays made by Kelowna after an error to lead off the inning. First 3 are in the books. We go to the middle frames, tied at 2 here at Yakima County Stadium.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases, old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Luke McGuire starts off this at-bat to Justin Tucker with a foul ball off of a bunt. Well, if you looked at a box score of last night through the first 3 innings, it would look exactly the same. Pippins scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. The Falcons scored 2 runs in the top of the third inning. The only difference is the Pippins trying to avoid that 4 spot in the fourth like they gave up last night. Justin Tucker, the only man that did not hit in the third inning for Kelowna. Now in an even count. Harmon Johnson with you on this Saturday night, as this is the final Saturday of the first half of the season. Hard to believe that. Pitch number 51 from McGuire is softly hit out into right field for a base knock by Justin Tucker. Leadoff single here in the 4th inning, and now Drew Frost, who started off the 3rd with a single, will dig in. Frost was swinging early on in his count. The man from Grossmont College comes into the game batting .311, picking up another hit to bring his total to 15 on the season. With the way the wind's blowing tonight, some of the music from the concourse that's making its way onto the field of play, it's kind of nice, actually. Don't know how much the crowd mic picks up on it, but to be able to hear some of the Latin and Mexican tunes that are being performed down on the concourse level. It's kind of like watching a movie where you have the background music. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Frost. Good block by Abel Ramos. That's been something he's been trying to work on the last couple times he's caught, is being more of that brick wall for his pitchers. Two one out to left. Miller coming in at the last second. That ball had some weird spin. 1 away here in the 4th. Looked fairly routine off of the bat. Obviously, Tyson had a little bit of an issue out there. He's kind of shaking his head. I think he's just thankful he caught it. Ashton Graff Rowe grounded out in the 3rd inning. McGuire unable to get a strike on the first pitch of the at-bat. How about a breaking ball to get in? 1-1. Luke's breaking ball has been at about 73 so far today. Fastball touches 85 to 87. Another throw to first. Luke not quite the same pickoff move that Bodie Ramsey has. Bodie's got a pretty good one. Luke just trying to keep runners honest. There he goes. It's a foul ball by Ashton Graff Rowe. And it's unfortunate because Justin Tucker would have had that bag stolen easily. Yeah, some folks buying into the tamales theme tonight. Not let's go Pippins, let's go tamales. A little harder to say it because it's 3 syllables. 1-2, here's a ground ball, chance for Correa. The flip to second, Daichi on to first. The pick by Nick is not in time. Pippins get the lead runner, and there's 2 away here in the 4th. Another slowly hit ball out towards short. Correa was able to handle that one. Daichi did the best he could to get that out quickly. Number 9 hitter, Jacob Loving, had a single his last time up. He's going to ground one through the middle and into center field for a base hit. Graff Rowe going to try for 3rd, and on the throw, moving up to 2nd, is Loving. Pippins could have had runners at the corners. Instead, it's 2 in scoring position with 2 away for the top of the order. And for those wondering, that is a single. That is not a double. Loving would have stayed put at first had the ball gone anywhere but 3rd. Ramos going to go out and have a chat with McGuire. 60 pitches so far on the evening for Luke here in the 4th inning. Nobody down in the Pippins bullpen. This is Luke's situation to try to work through. It was a pretty festive day here at the Orchard, as the music that I previously mentioned, played by that wonderful group. Some of the music still bleeding into the ballpark now. Large contingent of people on hand today. That video was taken right after gates opened, so just to give you a feel of what it's been like in the ballpark. First pitch, McGuire unable to get strike one there. Ramos dropping the baseball probably didn't help. It was close. A foul ball off of Nolan Eberwein. Well, the Falcons out hitting the Tamales tonight, 5-3. But with 2 runs apiece, the Pipps trying to strand a couple in scoring position for the Falcons. Just a touch off. Ramos thought that was a surefire strike. Taylor Schneider says, no, it's not. So the count 2-1. Another close one. You do have first base open. Loading the bases doesn't hurt you immediately. Luke looking for a second strikeout tonight. There's a breaking ball to run the count full.
Everybody stop your feet.
In the start against Edmonton, McGuire had 8 Ks. Looking for number 2 here. The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Or was it? They're going to get a man and a rundown. McGuire chasing back to third. Correa. They're just going to apply the tag. It's out number 3 nonetheless. That is one of the more odd endings to an inning I've seen. I'll have to rewatch that to get the scoring right. But the Pippins keep the Falcons off the board. We go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. Correa, the last man to apply the tag.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done, so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Ramos able to help get the out there as he corks a ball into left field for a base knock on the first pitch he sees. Flew out back in the 1st inning. Good start to the 4th for the Los Hernandez Tamales. Odd ending to that 4th inning in the top half. It looked like it was a called third strike that was dropped. But all Taylor Schneider did was point down to first base. The runners trying to advance on their own accord. Eventually it was an out in between home and third by Ashton Graff Rowe. Check over towards first. Ramos back but dirty. Another one out towards left. This is so softly hit, it bounces off the infield dirt for a hit from Derek Almeida. Pippins have him first and second with nobody out to start the fourth. Big opportunity here for Trey Godoy. Trey with one hit to his name as a Yakima Valley Pippin. Taking a first pitch strike there by Mark Rogers. Rogers, in his 3 innings, has struck out 2, has not walked a Pippin. Half swing there by Trey. No balls and 2 strikes. It's a weird shade of light out right now as the sun setting at such an angle that it makes the field a little bit bright, but the clouds are so dark. We're like halfway in shadow. Camera doesn't really do it justice with the way the light's coming in. Reminds you, or at least reminds me of the aftermath of a thunderstorm in Nebraska. Tying his shoe out at second base is Abvel Ramos. Now he's ready to go. One, two. This should move the runners. They're going to go to second. It's 1 out at second base. I thought for a second that Eberwine was just going to take it to the bag. Pippins have the go-ahead run at third, Abvel Ramos. Here's Levi Correa. Yeah, they got the middle out, and so a double play still in order. That's a smart play by Eberwine over there at first. High strike 1 called by Taylor Schneider. Tell you what, Eberwine's played a pretty good brand of first base today after starting in center field yesterday. Correa sends it foul over towards the band. 0-2. All Levi needs is a deep fly ball. You've got Ramos over at third, who would surely tag and tie this game. Oh, 2, foul tipped and caught. Kozar able to hang on. Correa out number 2. So let's go up to the top of the order. Tyson Miller. Miller so far today 0 for 2, but he reached on a fielder's choice back in the second inning and was left stranded there. Swinging on the first pitch. This might sneak through. It gets over Graff Row, and the Pippins have the lead. Tyson Miller with a single on the right side. It's 3-2, Los Hernandez Tamales. Ramos scoring. Moving up to second, Trey Godoy, and now a key opportunity here for Daichi. Tyson picking up only his 5th RBI on the season. Good to see Miller finding a hole, or at least going over top of Graff Row. For Ahada today, 1 for 2. He's been on both times, though. A single, a run scored, and he reached on an error back in the third. Breaking ball that Daichi got a piece of to make it 1 ball and 2 strikes. So there's a little bit of the slider heavy that I mentioned early on from Mark Rogers. That's what the guys were telling me, is those righties are going to see quite a few of those sliders. 1-2, poked up in the air and out of play. Who has it? Nobody. It lands in the middle and will eventually be picked up. Nice little present given out there by the fan who ended up with it. Rogers trying to get through 4 frames. Tamales have the lead, 3-2. The 1-2 pitch to Daichi is on the ground out to short. Loving gonna underhand flip. It's a close play, but out at second is Tyson Miller. We go to the 5th inning. Los Hernandez Tamales 3, Kelowna Falcons 2 here at the Orchard.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Welcome back to the Orchard. It's the top of the 5th inning. Falcons trailing by 1 to the Los Hernandez Tamales. The Yakima Valley Pippins wearing their alternate identity. Taking a look at the standings tonight. Ridgefield, of course, clinching. Bellingham and Wenatchee in a tie up at first in the North. Kelowna cannot win the North Division. But Bellingham and Wenatchee with 2 games left in about as close of a race as you can get. A couple of teams getting rained out tonight as Luke McGuire heads back to the hill with a 1-run lead. Still trying to completely figure out that play back in the 4th inning. We believe that it was ball 4 that was called by Taylor Schneider. Him pointing down to first base didn't really help us up here. As here's a ground ball out towards Correa. On 2 pitches, the throw high, Nick falls on the bag. Another great play made by Velasquez, saving the bacon of Levi Correa. Give Nick the gold glove on the right side of the infield. He can play second. Now he's proven he can play first. He was purely at the mercy of gravity there. Correa gonna owe Velasquez a steak dinner after tonight's game, saving him his 2nd error of the night. Here's a grounder for Daichi. Furuhata makes a much easier throw over to Velasquez, and there's 2 away. So what we believe happened in the 4th inning was actually ball 4. It was a full count. Schneider pointed over to first base. That's part of the reason why we think Ramos did not throw down to first, because he couldn't. The batter was entitled to first base. But amidst the confusion, the two lead runners, Graff Rowe and Loving, at third and at second, started to advance. And Graff Rowe ended up being out 2-5-1-6, which was Ramos to Almeida to McGuire to Correa. So kind of an odd situation. Reminds me of the situation that happened with Pete Crow Armstrong earlier this week, as McGuire gets the Falcons down to their final strike here in the 5th inning. PCA was stealing second base. There was a ball 4 that was called, but because Crow Armstrong popped off the bag before coming back on, he was actually called out because he left the base after advancing without peril. Kind of an odd situation, but it does happen sometimes. Everybody just assumes that once the walk happens, the play is dead, but that is not the case. McGuire looking for his second strikeout, not on that pitch, and the count runs full. Luke's first strikeout was the first batter of the game, Nolan Eberwine. Payoff pitch. Woo! Ball 4. The on-field staff were starting to come out for the game that we were going to do in between the top half and the bottom half of the inning. It's a pretty good pitch by McGuire, but Taylor Schneider says that was ball 4. So here's Reese Kozar. First pitch missing high and away. Kozar is 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a fielder's choice. Two balls, no strikes. So McGuire going to have to refocus here. After he thought he had strike 3, he's going to give up a single into left field. So what probably could have been out number 3 to Talon Tucker turns into a walk and now a single by Reese Kozar. Kelowna has the go-ahead run on the base paths. And here's Justin Tucker for his third at-bat. Again, not to be confused with the former NFL kicker. Tucker from Pacific Lutheran University, a D3. This season with the Kelowna Falcons, batting .231 coming into the night. Got another hit to his name to add to his 9. So that gives him an even 10. Grounder over towards Almeida. He's going to win the race to his bag. And the Falcons leave 2 aboard. Halfway home here at the Orchard. We'll be right back. 3-2 Tamales.
These are coming out of our own Pippins beer or Novas, depending on which beverage you would choose. But these guys are gonna chug them away. You guys ready? All ready. Your mark, get set, go. There they go. Oh, there's a little bit of skill. That's okay. Chug. Come on, folks. Come on. I think Dan might have the lead. Jasper's getting some down. And I think we have a winner over here. Dan, get it up, man. We have to wait 30 seconds to make sure there's not a reversal of fortune. So it's official.
That was a horchata chug down on the field. Hopefully they don't have fates come back and end up after that chugging contest. It's been a festive night tonight. The piñata was out and about. And in case you haven't gotten a good look at our uniforms that we're wearing tonight, the Pippins as the Los Hernandez Tamales. Scott T's got you covered here. I'd say he looks pretty good in that Tamales uniform. Makes me kind of hungry for Mexican food. Nick Velasquez, Parker Burt, Jay O'Neill due up here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They lead it 3-2. Base runners have been everywhere for Kelowna so far tonight, as Mark Rogers tries to get through 5 innings himself. Pair of southpaws doing battle tonight on the hill. So far, it's been McGuire and his offense that have been winning the battle. 1-0 sent the opposite way. This is headed for the driveway. Drew Frost will be up in the 6th inning, but this is Nick Velasquez. Looking at the wrong side of my scorebook here. 2 balls and a strike to Nick. The home run back in the 1st inning got the Pippins on the scoreboard. One of the 6 hits for Yakima Valley tonight. Upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. The battery of Kozar and Rogers waiting just a moment to see exactly where that pitch was. Taylor Schneider said up. Nick going to take ball 4. Good start to the 5th. Pippins had the leadoff man aboard in the 4th. They cashed him in. Abel Ramos came home to score. Here comes Parker Burt. There is left-handed action up in the Kelowna Falcons bullpen. This is the man that tried to come in last night but was not on the lineup card, Jacob Boisdin. First pitch to Burt is a strike right down the heart of the plate. For Parker tonight, a double in the 1st, a ground out in the 3rd. Trying to help the Pippins extend their lead. Foul tip. 83 miles an hour with the way that Rogers has been throwing. Might be the fastball, but could also be some sort of off speed, like a changeup. Oh, 2 right over the glove of Eberwine and into the corner. Velasquez trying to fly into 3rd. Krusty throws up the stop sign. It'll be runners at the corners as Parker Burt gets his 2nd hit of the evening.
Keep those hands going for number 7, Jay O'Neill.
Parker ripped that one 91 the opposite direction. Good thing Eberwine's not a foot taller than he was, otherwise he might have had a chance with the leather. Big opportunity here for Jay O'Neill. 3 long balls on the season for the former Georgia Gwinnett Grizzly and former Yakima Valley Yak. Currently in the portal looking for a new place to call home come the fall. Oh, and 2. Jay been in a little bit of tough luck trying to figure out where the strike zone is tonight. Have to put on a protect type swing here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was 86 from Rogers. O'Neill slugging near 500. 8 extra base hits on the season for Jay. 1-2, the bottom dropped out of a breaking ball, and O'Neill down for the 3rd time tonight. only out number one, though, here in the fifth, as Greg Zahn is out to likely end the night of this southpaw. He's got another one warming down in the bullpen, but the former major leaguer with a couple of different clubs having a chat. He's trying to figure out if Rogers would like to stay, I believe. Coach Krusty going to call the offense together. He's going to let Rogers stay in this game, so now the Pippins going to use their offensive meeting really quick. Ramos has been given his instructions. He's departing from the meeting. Parker Burt and Nick Velasquez were still over there with Coach Crustangel. So no pitching change made by Greg Zahn. Ramos in a big situation here. Got a single and scored a run back in the fourth inning. Would love to see Obvel come up with another one of those extra base hits that he had early on in the season. Resetting the pitch clock. Pretty big pull side shift in the air for Ramos. As a breaking ball drops in for strike one. The right fielder, Tucker, is playing more closer to the gap in right field. I would still say it's straight up right, but there's a lot of room. Parker Burt going to go. A swing and a miss by Ramos. Here comes Velasquez trying to score. The ball bounces, and Nick is safe. Good to see the Pippins back to their old ways on the base pads. Parker Burt draws the throw, and it's 4-2. Ramos was swinging to try to protect all the way. He gets out of the way of the catcher, avoids the interference, and Nick took a chance, and the relay back in was a bad throw. Greg Zahn, I believe, asking the question of, was Ramos in the way? Time going to be called, and Zahn going to discuss what happened with Taylor Schneider. I think his catcher, Kozar, felt that he was interfered with. Ramos ducked out of the way, hit the deck to try to avoid getting in the road. As it stands right now, Nick Velasquez scores on what is essentially a double steal. Parker Burt safe at second base. He was just trying to get in a rundown more so than anything. So it's no balls and two strikes. Ramos did swing at that last pitch that was well outside. One away and a run home. The 0-2, a half swing, the ball dropped. Obvel going to be out at first. Parker stays put out at second base, and there's two away.
This is number 69, third baseman Derek Almeida.
So here comes Derek Almeida. He's been on twice today, reached on an error, and then he singled back in the fourth. He's been the lead out on a fielder's choice ground by Trey Godoy both times, both to the first baseman. One 1-0 as Almeida was able to check his swing. That's odd that you see Almeida out 3-6 as the lead out before a fielder's choice both times so far tonight. 1-1 to Derek. Pippins already with 7 hits tonight. We're in the 5th inning. Getting hits has not been the issue for Yakima Valley. Scoring the runs off of those hits has been, as Almeida went chasing ball 2. A little bit more positive tonight on the scoreboard for Yakima Valley. 1-2 upcoming here to Almeida. Rogers likely approaching the end of his line. Getting to that 80 pitch mark. Came into this game through 3 appearances with 17 innings, so he's gone fairly deep. He steps off. Looks like Pippins had a reliever starting to warm up down in the bullpen, being politely asked to stand in foul territory, not fair territory. Ball 3. The count will run full here to Derek. It was Francisco Lopez down in the bullpen that was asked to move from the makeshift plyo wall there on the outfield. Payoff pitch right towards Cisco. He's going to make the play. Attaboy. Count runs full. Another big gust of wind coming through. Pippins with the lead, trying to add on. The payoff is grounded over to third, but foul. Another chance for Cisco. Tossing that baseball away becomes a souvenir. Nobody's been warming up for Yakima Valley, so Luke McGuire will head out for the 6th inning. Unless somebody just got done and I didn't see him. On the ground, out towards short, falling down Loving. The throw to first is in time to get Almeida. And the Pippins leave one stranded. But they do get a run as Nick Velasquez crosses the plate. It's been a party here at the Orchard. Mexican Heritage Night. We go to the 6th. Los Hernandez Tamales leading 4-2.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Pippins general manager Jordan Rowland doing a good job getting folks into the ballpark. Some fun theme nights. Mexican Heritage Night. This is game 5 of a 10-game homestand for the Pippins, and the theme nights the rest of this week as Kelowna's here for one more day. We've got Picker Appreciation Night tomorrow for all the fruit pickers that go hard to work here in the Valley. Monday against the Dub C Fish Sticks is Big Dumper Got Robbed tonight and Food Mascot Olympics. And then Northwest Star comes to town for 2 at Princess Unicorn Night, Daddy-Daughter Night. And then Wednesday is Country Music Night. July 1st, we'll have live music with Cody Beebe and the Crooks. Wave and a miss on the first pitch. Drew Frost sees from Luke McGuire here in the 6th inning. And then to wrap up the homestand for the Pippins, America the Beautiful Night is Thursday the 2nd. Jersey giveaway, fireworks. And then the Pippins hit the road on July 3rd down to Bend. Nubber rolling, but it'll stay in the grass. It's 0-2. So the Pippins get to open up half number 2 of the season down in Bend on one of the best weekends of the year. And even more so this year because America's celebrating its semi-quicentennial 250th anniversary. Can't wait to spend the 4th of July down in Bend. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you've never been to Bend, of course, you've got the mountain backdrops with Mount Bachelor and the Three Sisters. You've got the Deschutes River. Really quite the outdoorsy type of town. And I think the Elks are hosting a fireworks night on the 3rd of July. So not on 4th of July proper, but on the 3rd. So we get back-to-back nights with fireworks if you're a member of the Pipps. Here's a ground ball out towards Daichi at second. It sneaks past his glove. Furuhata was played on the pull side for Frost, and so he could not get there. Leadoff single here in the 6th. Here's Ashton Graff Rowe. Graff Rowe tonight, 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning, and then he was the 3rd out of the 4th on that odd play. Double play chance for Yakima Valley. Correa on to Daichi. The relay to Nick. Twin killing by the Tamales. That's double play number 23 on the season for Yakima Valley. As we take another look at the 6-4-3. There is 6, there is 4, and that makes 3. First pitch strike to Jacob Loving, the number 9 hitter. Nothing odd about that put out. Loving 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Ramos dropping the baseball, but he thought that should have been strike 2. He's got an argument, just looking, it was fairly close. You do enough games, you can kind of see where the strike zone is from the booth. That one not a strike because it bounces in 2-1. Here at the Orchard, probably one of my favorite views just because we're high enough up, you can see the breaking balls better. That was a fastball, makes it 3 balls and a strike. Some places you're too low, you can't quite see it. Some places you're off to the side. We've got it pretty good here. 3-1. Almeida not going to get there as it sneaks fair into the bullpen. Tyson chasing after it. It's going to be a stand-up double for Jacob Loving, who is 3 for 3 tonight. That ball was not fair by much. We go back to the top of the order, Nolan Eberwine. Tyson didn't quite get over there as quick as I thought he would. I think he was trying to figure out the best course of action as the ball was rattling around in the Pippins bullpen. On the ground, out towards Daichi. This should get McGuire through 6. Luke McGuire, a great night on the hill. He exits with a 2-run lead as the Los Hernandez Tamales come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Tonight we've got Christian with us. He's even rocking the Mexico jacket for Mexican Heritage Night. I'm going to pass the card off to him, and he's going to cut this deck we've got shoveled up right here. And then we are going to start with some higher or lower. Take your first card, $75 a hand. Our first card is a 10. Folks, what do we think, higher or lower? Lower's the call. And a 9, all right. You want to keep going or you want to say $75? We're going to keep going. He's going to call higher. Oh, no, an ace. An ace is a 1 in this game, sadly. So, Christian won't be going home with any money tonight, but he will be going home with a free night stay at our sponsor, Legends Casino. So give it up for Christian tonight, guys.
We can all keep the excitement going in after the final out. Legends Casino Hotel featuring our favorite slots, table games, big time promotions. Celebrate the game with a little extra fun.
Here in the middle of the 6th inning, we go back to bat for the Tamales, Los Hernandez Tamales, that is. The Yakima Valley Pippins taking on an alternate identity tonight. For the Tamales, it'll be Trey Godoy, Levi Correa, and Tyson Miller. 8, 9, and 1 in the order. Glad you're with us. Spending your Saturday night wherever you are watching on either YouTube or the WCL Live app. We've got a new arm in the game for the Kelowna Falcons. This is the man that wanted to come in last night, but could not because he was not on the lineup card. Jacob Bedouin. Big, tall, left-handed hurler. So far in the season for Jacob, he's played in 7 games, 7 innings with 8 strikeouts, a walk, 11 hits, and 3 earned runs. So looks to be a 1-inning type guy out of the bullpen from Arkansas Tech. Godoy works the count to 3-1. Pippins would love to get the leadoff man aboard. The last 2 times that they've done that, the leadoff man has scored. 3-1. Trey lifts the ball to center field. Tucker converging with Tucker. It'll be the first Tucker, Justin, making the catch. Talon Tucker patrolling right field.
Our shortstop now batting ninth. Number 1, Levi Correa.
So Mark Rogers' night ends after 5 innings, giving up 4 runs. As Levi swings on the first pitch he sees and sends it foul over towards the party deck. Rogers ends with 7 hits in those 5 innings. All 4 runs earned, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts. Correa takes that pitch inside, 1-1. Luke McGuire, his night potentially done. There was action down in the Pippins bullpen. There still is as Levi picks up his 3rd hit of the season. A hard hit single into left field. Number 9 man gives way to the top.
Please welcome back our left fielder, number 3, Tyson Miller.
95 off the bat for Levi. And here comes Tyson. RBI single back in the 4th inning. Well, when the second man in an inning has gotten on for the Pippins, he's scored once of 2. This ball bounces away from Kozar. Moving up to second base, Levi Correa. Definitely a French spelling for Mr. Jacob up on the hill. B-E-A-U-D-O-I-N. Might be Bowden. I'm just going to stop. His name is Jacob. Most of the teams in the league have a pronunciation guide. Kelowna is one that does not have one made yet. Commissioner Rob Nyer requesting everybody have a pronunciation guide to avoid some of the situations like this. I just briefly got to shake hands with Greg Zahn, the head coach of Kelowna, right before they took BP, and so I didn't get a chance to go through pronunciations with him. .3-0 is high and tight. Tyson Miller will be on for the second time tonight. First walk drawn by Miller.
Number 26, Daichi Furuhata.
Here's Daichi. What's interesting about Mr. Jacob is he and John Witt for the Pippins attend the same school, Arkansas Tech. First pitch ripped past Selkin into left field. A stop sign thrown up, but the Pippins have the bases loaded on a hard hit single by Daichi Furuhata. That's another one, 100 miles an hour off the bat. If I had $1 for every time Daichi had one 100 off the bat, I'd be rich right now. Got all of that baseball right at the bottom of the zone. Nick Velasquez trying to crack this can open. First pitch nearly got away from Kozar. And looks like Josh Towers is going to head out to the mound, the pitching coach for the Falcons. The bullpen is scrambling to get guys hot, as this tall left-handed arm is struggling to throw strikes. Jacob listed at 6'7", 230 pounds. Taylor Schneider out to break up the meeting. The man warming up is Keller Bloodworth, right-hander for the Falcons. 4-2 the score. The Los Hernandez Tamales trying to extend this lead. Got two great guys up at the plate to try to do it. Nick Velasquez has hit a home run so far tonight. Parker Burt has 2 hits. 1-0 breaking ball, and Nick laid off. Velasquez with 21 ribbies after the 2-run home run back in the first. 1-1, slowly hit out towards second. Graffro on to first, and the Falcons turn a double play to keep the Pippins off the scoreboard. We're through 6 innings here at County Stadium. Top of the 7th next, 4-2. Francisco Lopez into the game for the Yakima Valley Pippins, or as I should say, the Los Hernandez Tamales tonight. Cisco from Tucson, Arizona, of Mexican descent, though, who's very proud of his heritage, as you might have seen in the pregame interview. Cisco had the Mexican flag up in his locker. He actually got a win the last time the Pippins were in a Mexican Heritage Night situation. That was down in Salem. He came out of the bullpen and got the win thanks to a Parker Burt 2-run home run. And so Cisco getting ready to pitch. I requested Lechona for him to walk up, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. Cisco's got his own juice, though. He doesn't really need the extra from the ballpark sound. He faces one of the tougher parts of the Kelowna order, 2, 3, and 4, here in this 7th inning. First pitch strike to Xander Silken. Luke McGuire goes 6 innings, giving up 8 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, 3 walks, and a strikeout. He is in line for the decision should this score hold. Cisco, he's going to hear that from both dugouts, I think. He's going to hear it quite a bit from Kelowna, but Pippins like to have fun with Cisco as well. Breaking ball that slipped out of the hand. Nearly clipping Xander Silken. 2 balls and a strike. Cooler night tonight. Temperatures at the start of the game were 68 degrees. 2-1, a liner softly out towards Furuhata. I think Daichi froze for a second just to make sure that he saw the ball correctly off the bat. Only 61 mile an hour off of the lumber. Kind of a illusion of that ball coming off a little bit harder than I think Daichi anticipated. First pitch right there from Francisco. Good to see a Pippins starter make it through the 5th inning and actually make it through the 6th. It's been a while. Slow breaking ball. That's ball 1. Last time a Pippins starter got to the 5th inning was Sam Burgess on Father's Day. The last time anyone got into the 6th was Austin Dillon on Tuesday the 16th against Bend. So the depth for the Pippins starters coming back. One, 2 from Cisco. Francisco actually pitched back-to-back days during that Berries series. Yeah, 2/3 of an inning with the win on the Saturday game, and then on Father's Day pitched a full inning, giving up 2 runs on 1 hit. 2-2, a grounder. This is a fair ball, and Almeida couldn't come up with it. Tyson again trying to play it off of the bullpen fencing. It's a 1-out double for Jacob Embleton. That's twice that a Kelowna Falcon has punched it right past the third base bag. Again, not fair by much. Here's Talon Tucker. Francisco's fastball around 85. Has that big looping breaking ball as well. Wave and a miss. We have a new catcher in the game as well. Ramos has his day come to an end. This is Jackson Upton back behind the dish. No more substitutions other than that. Ball down at the feet. That's twice that Embleton has shaken his head at himself. He probably could have advanced to third on both of those balls in the dirt by Lopez. 2-1, hard on the ground to first. Nick stabs it in fair territory. That's a stellar second out by Velasquez at first. Put another tally on the great defensive plays board for Nick Velasquez. That saved a run from coming home. Now there's 2 away with 2 outs. Reese Kozar 1 for 3 today. A fly out, a fielder's choice, and a single. First pitch flown out towards right. Godoy settling right near the fence. He makes the catch. It's stretch time here at the Orchard. The Tamales lead it 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Enjoy. Take me out to the ball game.
And everybody else on your feet. It's called the 7th inning stretch. Everybody get up, shake it out.
Good job, you guys.
Matt told me he was going to be down here at some of these games.
Well, I've seen him. I've seen him quite a few times.
Hey, Justin, I'm over here with a buddy of mine over here from OMAC. The Washington State High School All-Stars were playing today. You want to stand up? What's your name? Caleb from OMAC. The Washington All-Star High School players are playing tomorrow as well in championship game at Parker Field. But we've got a few of them here tonight. Let's welcome our Washington High School All-Stars All-State.
Welcome back to the Orchard, Yakima County Stadium. I'm Harmon Johnson, your broadcaster for the 2026 season as we approach the middle point of 2026. The Pippins playing as the Los Hernandez Tamales tonight and leading the game 4-2. Yakima Valley's offense will face another new pitcher for the Kelowna Falcons. Keller Bloodworth from Feather River will come in to pitch 9 games, counting today, a 2-0 record, 15 2/3 innings, 13 strikeouts to 8 walks. He's given up 13 hits, 8 earned runs. That gives him a 4.60 ERA. He has to face Parker Burt, Jay O'Neill, and Abvel Ramos' spot, which is now occupied by Jackson Upton here in this 7th inning as the Pippins try to extend the lead. Francisco Lopez working a scoreless 7th inning. Now it's up to the offense to extend as Bloodworth gets a first pitch strike. Wave and a miss by Burt. For Bloodworth from Ashland, Oregon. 6'2", 200 on the hill. He's ahead in the count here to one of the WCL's leaders in batting average as Burt grounds it over towards short. Loving. A long throw, but a stretch by Eberwine is able to get Parker Burt.
Now batting number 7, center fielder Jay O'Neill.
Jay O'Neill, 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. That's uncharacteristic of Jay, although last night was 0 for 3 with a walk. Night before was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Breaking ball for strike one to O'Neill. You hope the cooler temperatures aren't affecting these Pippins bats as they start to slowly get hot. O'Neill, after spending all of the spring in Georgia with Georgia Gwinnett, now moving back to the Pacific Northwest, albeit this is the warmer side of the mountains, but tonight certainly doesn't feel like it. 1 ball and 2 strikes after that fastball misses outside. First pitch temperature was 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Now it's 64. Something being talked about down in the Pippins bullpen. Home plate umpire Taylor Schneider notices something. 1-2, the opposite way on the ground. Loving another chance. The shortstop makes back-to-back plays and gets back-to-back outs. So now here is Jackson Upton. Came in defensively for Abvel Ramos. And so Ramos ends his night 1 for 3 with a run scored and a single. First pitch to Upton is nowhere close. For Upton, from Vancouver, Washington, spent some time at YVC. Now, what's the deal here? Taylor Schneider saying something about the bullpen for the Pipps. Do they just need somebody with a glove ready to protect the bullpen? Is that what the issue is? Fly ball out into left field. The left fielder, Embleton, had no idea where it was, but thankfully his shortstop, Loving, was back there to make the catch. All 3 outs go through the shortstop, Loving. We go to the 8th frame here at Yakima County Stadium. The Los Hernandez Tamales lead it by 2.
At Cascade Natural Gas, we help smart businesses cover their bases. Old, new, and in between. No matter the age of your building, they all benefit from energy-efficient choices. Cascade Natural Gas offers a long list of incentives for energy-efficient upgrades. Upgrades that save your business money every day. Become one of the many Cascade business owners benefiting from the quality, comfort, and savings of energy-efficient upgrades. Join Team Energy Efficiency and take advantage of rebates from Cascade Natural Gas.
Gus Musial into the game for the Los Hernandez Tamales. The Yakima Valley Pippins in an alternate identity tonight. For Musial on the season, he is 1-0 with the Pippins. Played in 3 games, 4 1/3 innings. 5 strikeouts to 6 walks, 8 hits and 9 earned runs, though, is an inflated number for a guy that's used to a closing role. For Gus, he last worked on the 24th against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 5 hits and 5 runs. Looking to rebound tonight in a clutch situation. Francisco Lopez came in, faced 4 batters, gave up a hit, but left him stranded. Musial going to look to do something similar here. Pippins lead it by 2. He faces 6, 7, and 8 in the Kelowna order. Justin Tucker, Drew Frost, and Ashton Graff Rowe. If this score can hold, then you got to assume Yakima Valley going to John Witt for the 9th inning of the contest. And if Musial can retire the side in order, that would mean 9, 1, and 2 due up in the 9th inning. One ball and 1 strike. Musial's fastball going to live around 85. Has spent a couple of years here in Yakima, the man from Bozeman, Montana. Of course, 2 seasons at YVC. 2 balls and a strike, according to Taylor Schneider. Musial pitched with the Pippins last year, although it was very brief. 3 innings, walked 4 and struck out 1. 3-ball count here. It's 3-1 to Justin Tucker, who is 1 for 3 today, a single, a fly out, and he reached on a fielder's choice. Ball 4. Tough walk issued by Musial to start this at bat, start his appearance. Taylor Schneider relaying the information to the Pippins dugout as to where the pitch was. Couldn't have missed by much. Tough way to start for Musial. Here's Drew Frost, the designated hitter, who is 2 for 3 today. There's a strike. 0-1. You'd love to see Musial return to the form he was in with Yakima Valley this last year. The Yaks, that is. 21 1/3 innings. He had 2 saves. A ground ball. This is going to sneak through. The tying runs are on the base pads for Kelowna. A walk and a single off the bat of Drew Frost. Ashton Graff Rowe, the number 8 hitter, who is 0 for 3 today. Perfect candidate to try to find out number 1. Or all 3. Pippins do have the triple play set up. Salsa going to head out and have a chat with the entire infield. Normally he just chats with the battery. But Ethan Salscheider going out there to relay the signals as to what the Pippins need to do here. Close game, 4-2. The hits are actually in favor of Kelowna, 10-9. John Witt is throwing down in the Pippins bullpen as he prepares for a potential 5th save this summer. Taylor Schneider out to break up the visit on the hill. The 3 Pippineers braving the elements. Good to have our fans here. All right, tense situation facing the number 8 hitter, Ashton Graff Rowe, the second baseman. Immediately showing bunt. Pippin's going to throw to second. They've got him picked off. No tag applied. The rundown by Daichi. He flips to third. The tag in time. Moving up to second in the process is Drew Frost, but there's 1 out on the base pads. Great execution by the Pippins. Daichi was covering there at second as the wheel play was on. Out on the base pads, Justin Tucker. You can call it a 1-4. I believe that was Almeida there, 5. Strike 1 to Graf Rowe. That's a huge out. You don't give Drew Frost a stolen base. He just advances on the throw, moving up on the play. One away and an even count at 1-1. That's one way to erase a leadoff walk in this inning, is to pick him off. Haven't seen many moves to second this year from Yakima Valley. One, 2 from Gus. Just missing a touch outside. Musial looking for his 6th strikeout of the summer. You've got Jacob Loving, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. 2-2, a wave and a miss. Musial knew it. 2 away. Jacob Loving is 3 for 3 today. He's got 2 singles and a double, but how big is it that he represents the tying run, not the go-ahead run, thanks to a pickoff at second base that got Justin Tucker. First pitch swinging. It's out to O'Neill in center field. Gus Musial keeps the Falcons off the scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Pippins trying to extend the lead.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done, that you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Bottom of the 8th inning, the Los Hernandez Tamales looking to add on to a 2-run lead. The Yakima Valley Pippins trying to break a 4-game losing streak. They've got the bottom third of their order. Derek Almeida, Trey Godoy, and Levi Correa due up here against Keller Bloodworth, working in his 2nd inning. Gus Musial allowed the first 2 men he faced to reach base in the top half of this inning, and then he got a pickoff, a strikeout, and a flyout to strand a runner. A liner caught there by Loving. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 8th. John Witt continues to warm up down in the Pippins bullpen. Would be going for his 5th save of the season. Trey Godoy has been on twice today, a couple of fielder's choices, but he's 0 for 3. Taking a first pitch strike there. Fans here would love a 5th run on the board because that would give everybody in attendance a free Doritos Locos taco. Pippins would love the extra run on the board because that means they've got 3 runs to play with in the top of the 9th inning when the Falcons send up the top of their order. One ball and 2 strikes. Godoy looking for his 2nd hit in a Pippins uniform. He's been on a few more times than the on-base percentage really alludes to. A backdoor breaking ball called strike 3. So the last hope to extend the lead is the 9-hole and Levi Correa. Correa 1 for 3 tonight, a single and 2 strikeouts. Bloodworth has sat down all 5 he's seen. A big hop past the shortstop, Loving. Correa has his 2nd hit. Inning still alive for the Yakima Valley offense, as a little bit of that home cooking finally comes for Yakima Valley. 95 off the bat, off the side of the hill, and it found a little bit of a ridge out there on the infield. Here is Tyson Miller. First pitch strike to Tyson. 1 for 3. He's been on 3 times, though. A single, a walk, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout. The strikeout coming way back in the 1st inning. Oh, and 2 quickly. I think Taylor Schneider wants to get out of the cold elements. Temperatures here at the Orchard continue to drop. 63 degrees with an 11-mile-an-hour wind. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again for Kelowna in the 9th inning. It'll be the top of their order. Eberwein, Selkin, and Embleton. John Witt warm and ready to go. The 1-2 pitch to Tyson. Called strike 3. Half inning over. The Pippins leave one stranded. And we go to the top of the 9th. John Witt going to try to close out this contest. A little bit of barking by both sides. And now we go to the 9th here at the Orchard.
Gear up for summer like no other with Legends Cup. From the first whistle to the final goal, it's a 3-month marathon of massive payouts. Kick it with us every Thursday from June to August for a chance to win your share of $275,000. Just use your Legends Rewards card to earn entries. The stakes are high, the prizes are huge. Legends Cup, only at Legends Casino Hotel. The pitch is calling. Will you answer?
A couple years ago when I was in high school, I had braces. I didn't wear my retainers or anything, so I came back and I've shown a lot more progress with this time around than last time around. They are very helpful. They show you step by step like what needs to be done so you don't waste your time on treatments. Working with Dr. Christopher, I'd say they are very, very good orthodontists, and I would love for people to come here and enjoy everybody and everybody's personality. It's been great.
Our next broadcast of Yakima Valley Pippins baseball will be tomorrow. The Pippins and the Falcons pregame coverage will start at 6:20 p.m. We'll be with first pitch at 6:35. Pippins right now, if this score holds, looking to take the series tomorrow as they would force a rubber match. On the hill for Yakima Valley is John Witt. Witt on the season, a 5.06 ERA inflated from a 2-inning outing up in Edmonton, but 4 saves in 9 games, 10 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts to 6 walks. 6 earned runs, and 8 hits. Opponents hitting .200 against a man from Arkansas Tech. John Witt trying to move into a tie for first place in the West Coast League for saves. Bellingham has a man represented, so does Nanaimo. Witt currently in a tie for second place. He has to face the top of the Kelowna order, Nolan Eberwine, Xander Silken, and Jacob Embleton. First pitch, a good start. John last pitched for Yakima Valley against the Marion Berries on the 21st. Went an inning, struck out 1, gave up 1 run on 1 hit. The night before, he earned a 2-inning save as he works the count quickly, 2-0-2. Eberwine today, a strikeout, a single, a walk, and a ground out in that order. John misses with that pitch. Looked to be a break or a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Eberwine with the 1 hit. Selken is 0 for today. Embleton has a hit. Those are the 3 that John has to face. 10 hits apiece here. 1-2 breaking ball into the Pippins dugout. Well, it was in the dugout, then it bounced away. Tyson Miller will get rid of that pearl. Just a touch up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Folks out in right field looking for a strikeout. McGuire had 1. Musial had 1. Not been a big day for the folks out in right field. Breaking ball downstairs. The count runs full. John trying to avoid issuing the 5th walk of the night by Pippins pitching. Not usually do you have a higher walk than strikeout number and have the lead. Payoff pitch. On the ground, up the middle. Daichi diving, can't get there. Leadoff man's aboard here in the 9th inning. Nolan Eberwine with his 2nd hit. Xander Silken represents the tying run. Let's see if the Pippins have a little bit more magic by the defense in their back pocket. Got a big pickoff back in the 8th inning, which helped get Gus Musial through that frame. First pitch swinging and fouling out of play, Xander Silken. Falcons have a man throwing in their bullpen just in case, as Selken, the 3rd baseman today, reached on an error back in the 3rd, but he is 0 for 4. Foul ball at the plate. 0-2. Witt got ahead of Eberwine, but then gave up the single on a payoff pitch. Crowd at the Orchard trying to get behind the Los Hernandez Tamales pitcher, John Witt. Runner takes off. 0-2 is a grounder back up the middle. Daichi only going to have 1 play, and it's made at first. Falcons stay out of the double play. John Witt gets an all-important first out here in the 9th. So you can take away the stolen base for Eberwine. He is just going to advance on the ball put in play. Too bad that could have been a little bit harder hit right at Daichi. He was in the perfect spot to step on the bag and turn the double play. Jacob Embleton with a double back in the 7th inning. Embleton drove home a run in the third inning thanks to a pitch timer violation on Luke McGuire. The bases were loaded. It was a 3-ball count. And so with the timer violation on McGuire, it was ball 4. That's how he has his 1 RBI tonight. There's a strike, 1-1. Falcons now with more hits than the Tamales with 11. 21 hits on the board, only 6 runs combined. 2 balls and a strike. You've got Talon Tucker waiting on deck. He is 0 for 3 today with a walk. Three and 1. John's saves this year have come against Walla Walla on opening night, at Springfield on the 3rd of June, against the Bend Elks on the 16th, and on the 20th down in Salem. So 2 saves at home, 2 on the road. 3-1 from Witt. Popped up into shallow center. O'Neill looking for it, fighting the night sky. He has it for out number 2. The last hope for the Falcons is Talon Tucker. The Pippins have not won since Father's Day. They got an 11-7 victory against the Marion Berries. Since then, they dropped 3 games to Wenatchee and 1 to these Kelowna Falcons. First pitch, a line drive into the gap in right center field. The run's going to score to cut this to a 1-run game, and staying at first with a single is Talon Tucker. So now the tying run is on the base pads. That's just a pretty good piece of hitting by Tucker. Got a pitch on the inner half and took it that direction. So the go-ahead run is in the batter's box, Reese Kozar. Witt going to try to keep Tucker over at first. Keep him out of scoring position. First pitch strike to Kozar. The folks here at the Orchard trying to get behind these Los Hernandez Tamales on Mexican Heritage Night. Runner takes off. The pitch is swung on and missed. Upton's throw down is not in time, but the Falcons are down to their final strike. John Witt looking for his 5th save to move into a tie atop the West Coast League. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Kozar. Popped up, a souvenir, and the game stays alive. You've got Justin Tucker waiting on deck should Kozar reach. The man at second is Talon Tucker. 1-run ball game. The 0-2 pitch from John Witt. Just a touch outside. The large contingent here at the Orchard wanting strike 3. John still in a very favorable count. The tying run is in scoring position. Here comes John Witt. On the ground, Correa bounces it over at short. The tag play over at third, and the ball game is over. Stranding too far off, Talon Tucker, and the Pippins break the 4-game losing streak. Well, that's not the way I think Correa had it drawn up, but it gets the job done. Tucker going to round third a bit too far, and Correa wisely went over and applied the tag. The game ends at 9:05 p.m. The win goes to Luke McGuire. The save goes to John Witt, his 5th. And the loss going to be tagged to Mark Rogers. The Pippins win it 4-3, wearing the alternate identity of the Los Hernandez Tamales. The 4-game slide is over, and Yakima Valley with 1 game left in the first half, trying to get back within a game of 500. That was fun. We'll have to do it again tomorrow, Sunday. The final day of the first half for the Yakima Valley Pippins, and hopefully a series win over the Kelowna Falcons. For everybody involved with the Yakima Valley Pippins, especially those with the broadcast, for Shay and Marcos, I'm Harmon Johnson signing off tonight, saying stay safe, have a wonderful rest of your night. The Los Hernandez Tamales win it by a final score of 4-3. The Pippins losing streak is over. We'll talk to you all tomorrow for Game 3 between the Pippins and the Falcons. You've been watching Pippins Baseball. Have a great night, everybody.